I just wondered if you could, well, just talk us through the film a little bit first. Give us a quick brief chat of, well, say how it was like making it and what it was like being down there and filming. Um,
Right.
yeah.
Well, I started it. It's been, where do I start? Where do I even start? All right, 1994, long time ago. I was living in New York, and there was a lot of people living on the street in my sort of immediate area where I was. And I made friends with some people, a group of people, just sort of helping them out and learning about what it was like to live on the street. I met a guy called John Murphy, who was a poet. He had a pretty big heroin problem at the time, but he was a great poet, which is what attracted me to him. And I basically spent about 3 or 4 months with this guy every day just learning about the street, learning about what it was like to live on the street, how to survive on the street. And John would always talk about the tunnels. He never went in there, but he would always reference them, saying, you should build you wish you could go down there and build a house. Because on the street, you can only ever have like as much as you can carry, or if it rains, you're going to get wet. If you want to see a TV, you're looking in the store window, the kids are a little bit more aggressive to people if they just see them slipping out. And whenever I'd ask John why he didn't go down into the tunnels, he would always say, oh no, you don't want to go down there, like they eat people, or they'll kill you down there, it's pretty crazy down there. And so he was very afraid of it. But for me, at the time I was 20 turning 21, and I just was fascinated by it, so I just started exploring. Went to pretty much every tunnel I could crawl and go into for about a month. And then I finally found that tunnel that I made the film in, which was an Amtrak tunnel. And I never had any intention to make a film. I never even thought about it. And I just wanted to know what it was like to live in a tunnel in New York and be homeless. And that was really it. I just started going down there every day in this tunnel. Within a few days, or a week or so, ended up moving into the tunnel and building a house. And then I was living full-time in the tunnel. I had an apartment, but I was really just going there every once in a while. At that stage, I was more interested in being in the tunnel. And after about 3 or 4 months of being down there, I realised that the people were nothing like I'd expected them to be like. And being homeless was nothing like I expected it to be like. And I'd also made a lot of friends and wanted to help. And one night we were sitting, I didn't know how I was going to do it, or I was just sort of going day by day. And then one night we were sitting around a big bonfire laughing about something, and one of the guys goes, man, someone should be making a film about this shit. So I said, well, why don't we do it? And we figured we could make the film and sell it, and the money would get everybody out of the tunnel. And that way, and they would be the whole crew, that way they're helping themselves get themselves out of the tunnel. And that's basically what we did. I sold everything in my house and in my apartment, ended up getting rid of the apartment, and then I was already spending all my time in the tunnel and sleeping there every night, so it didn't really bother me not to have it. And I got a lot of credit cards, and in America it's easy to get a lot of credit cards, match them all out as quickly as you want, which I did. And then we just did it, I don't know how to describe it, we just did it. It just didn't seem, hindsight's always, when you're looking back, it's always easier. You can brush over the bad stuff, and it's actually quite hard to remember bad stuff. I find it's easy to laugh about stuff, but it's hard to bring yourself back to some stuff that's emotionally more difficult. But it doesn't seem like, now I look back, I was like, it actually was like I loved it. I had a really great time. It was a great experience. I'm still in contact with everybody that's alive. I'm in contact with, and they're all doing fantastic. Not everyone, but 90% of them are doing great. I think I answered your question.
You've answered it. You've answered about 3 extra ones that I had for you as well. I'm going to say what you did with the film after you'd made it. So how did you get it out there?
Well, you're making a film. I mean, this one, once I finished shooting it, I started editing. So I'm living in a tunnel. The tunnel gets shut down. We move everybody out, or everybody moves out into apartments. And that process took about 10 months, which doesn't look like it in a film. It looks very fast. But actually, from the time the first person moved out to the last one was about 10 months. And there was about 250 people in the tunnel. You're just seeing a small group of them in the film, but there was quite a lot of people to get out and deal with the, a lot of red tape and a lot of, it was quite a challenge. After that point, they were gone. I got an editing room, so I just rented an office somewhere in New York and was editing day and night. And I used the bathroom in the hallway of the office building, wash up myself before everybody would come into work. And that was sort of like my schedule. And I had that for about 6 months, and then I was running out of money. I ran out of money again. And I ran out of money for about a year and a half, at which point I went back on the street. And that was actually the hardest part of the whole thing. Was living in the tunnel, sleeping in the tunnel was actually quite easy. For me, it was a bit like camping in New York. It just happened to be in the city or in the tunnel rather than like in the woods, in the country. Because I didn't ever feel at that point in the tunnel that I didn't have the choice. I always felt I had the choice at that point. I wasn't homeless, I could have got out at any time. I could have called up a mate and said, hey, can I sleep on the couch? Or I could have always got myself out of it. After I lost the editing room, I went onto the street. At that point, I didn't have the choice at that point. So at that point it was like, everything I'd learned, I suppose, for like 2 or 3 years was now going to be tested, because it was like, I was really homeless. Which all of the people in the tunnel that had apartments at that point found hysterical. The fact that now, they were like, look at you now, man. They're like, when you first rolled in here, you were like taxi cabs and sushi, and then you went to walking or taking the subway and eating McDonald's, and now you're like walking and eating the garbage. Look at you now. These are coming up far. Yeah, it was an interesting switch, and they ended up helping me quite a lot. So I did a year and a half of basically the film going into some type of storage. The lab let me keep some stuff up there. Me, doing my best to survive, but also keep the film alive, which means trying to raise money, trying to do all this stuff, which is very, very difficult to do. And also saying no to a lot of stuff. Like, I did get offered the money to finish the film, but it was under a lot of restrictions. Like, we have a target audience, and our target audience is between 18 and 35 male, and they like to see this and this. So if you want to put a little bit more of that in, we know you must have it in the footage, and we'll give you this to do it. And I wouldn't take any of it. I didn't want to give up control of the film, and also had a big responsibility to everybody that I filmed. And like, quite frankly, fuck you for sitting behind the desk and trying to tell me what to do, and I just lived 3 years in a tunnel. So I would never take the money. Never take the money. And this went on for about a year and a half, coming up for 2 years. And then one day I'm on the street and I meet an Australian guy that invites me back to his house, him and his wife. He's like, come back to the house and me and the wife will cook you something to eat. So I did. I went back to his house. And his wife was very sweet, and she cooked a meal. And then they said, why don't you come back tomorrow? And like, literally almost every day they would invite me back to the house at dinner time to eat. And he'd always say, do you want to come out with us? Come out and meet our friends and stuff. And I never wanted to, because I was wearing the same crap and, didn't have any money and stuff. And one night he's like, we're going to a bar. We're going to a bar, and our friend's a bartender, so you don't have to pay for any drinks. Nobody in the bar actually pays for drinks on that night, because we're all friends in the bar and she's the bartender. So you don't have to feel bad, and you'll meet a lot of people and stuff. So I went, and I met an English guy called Ben Friedman, who came up to me and goes, I'm a friend of Nick's, he told me what you've done, I really want to help. And so I asked him what he did, and he said he was a waiter. So I said, how the fuck are you going to help? But, like, what are you going to do? And so I appreciate the meal in the back of the restaurant, but I need the money to finish the film. I was very dull, you know, I was a lot harder then than I am now. You know, I was much more, a little bit more aggressive and I just didn't trust. You had to jump through, get over quite a big wall for me to trust you. Just because the street is a little bit, makes you like that. So, in the film, especially the film, I was like, you know, it was like my baby, or our baby, I should say, everybody in the tunnel. And so, finally, I'd see him a lot, this guy Ben. I'm sorry I'm rattling on, but
No, it's fine. It's interesting.
I see this guy Ben a lot, and you know, whenever I go out with Nick, he always say, I want to help. So one day I'm like, all right, you want to help? I need 10 grand right now to go back into editing. You want to help? That's what I need. I need a fucking place to sleep, which is the editing room. Because all this time I'm still sleeping outside, right? If I can sleep outside, go find something to eat, and then like meet up with Nick on a Friday night, or go back to his house for him and Claire to eat, and then maybe go out with him on a Friday night to his bar. So it was still really tough, you know?
Yeah.
And so I said, I need 10 grand right now to go back into editing. So he's like, all right. And we go to his bank, and he has like $10,600 to his name, and gives me the 10 grand. And so that was a big leap of faith, I suppose. And I was like, all right. So I got off the street, I get into the editing room. Now I'm cutting again. And then he went out, Ben, and he raised the rest of the money for me to finish the film. He's no longer a waiter. Now he's actually a really great producer. He's doing really well for himself. But so with all of that, then you edit the film, you go through all of the stuff that you do, and every step of this is new for me, right? I've never made a film before. So I'd like read a book, how do you mix a film, and then I go in and mix a film, you know, or how do you do this, and then I go in and do it. It was very much like learn as you go. And then finally it was time I knew the film was coming to a close. I mean, like, picture had locked, sound had locked, everything was sort of done at that point. And I was like, well, now what? You know, what do we do with this thing? And so you start reading the books again. What do you do? What do you do when you finish a film? And at the time, everybody was like, oh, you've got to go to film festivals. You've got to go to film festivals. So we applied to Toronto and New York, and we got turned away, which was interesting, which I still have the letters, right? So when like a young filmmaker would call me up or email me, I should get quite a lot. You know, if I don't get into this festival, I'm always like, it really doesn't, you know, a lot of it's very political and it really doesn't matter, you know, you just, hey, look at these 2 letters that I got, you know, in the beginning that was, you know, not accepted to the festival. And then we applied to Sundance and we got into Sundance. And that was really the game changer because it did do quite well at Sundance. It won 3 awards there, and then at that point, Toronto and Neil come back and say, we'd like to have you for the festival for next year. You know, and you get a lot of, it just sort of opened the doors to everything. It was I don't really know how to describe it. I mean, imagine like I haven't been around anybody. I've like sat in little dark, I've been in a dark tunnel with people that are only homeless, no friends outside of that. I really cut everything off when I jumped in. And then we're quite isolated during the editing process. It's you and a couple of people, or whoever's coming in and out, that I'd let in and out. Then you go through the mix process and finishing of the film. You're just not really around a lot of people all the time. And then all of a sudden you're like, boom, at a big film festival, standing up and talking to 1,000 people in some cases. And then like knowing that when you go back, you're still on couches and a couple of nights out. So like collect an award in the morning, take as much food as you can off the buffet, and then like, you know, it was a really weird, it was a fascinating time, a really interesting time. And then it changed quite quickly after that. I mean, like that was January, I suppose. By May, I was off the street properly, and on my merry way.
It's a shame that we don't have a big camera so you can see everyone. Um,
So, I don't even have a look at them.
yeah,
There you go.
So it's not 1,000 of us, sorry.
we'll get a few people up now to ask a few questions if we can get a few. Wants to. Yeah, come up, mate. Yeah, I've got to get. Just introduce yourself.
Yeah. Hi.
All right.
Right. I was just wondering how you found the creative process of editing. Did you find it difficult to choose which elements of what you filmed to show, and how that went for you, sort of thing?
Yeah, editing is probably editing's where I lost all my hair. Actually, my hair looked a little bit like yours before I. But editing's where the film all comes together. In a feature film, it's a little bit different, I think, but because you're shooting to a script and you're shooting to cuts. With documentary, you're shooting, and I think it's also a little bit different now than it was when I shot Dark Days, only because of the medium that you're using. Dark Days was shot on film. You have a 10-minute magazine that clips on top of the film. So you've got 10 minutes of film at a time. And from a cost standpoint, 10 minutes of film cost at the time about $60, which is about, I don't know, 40 quid. So let's just call it 40 quid, £45. And then to process that film costs you £45. And then to print that film costs you £45. And then if you want to transfer it to a tape, it costs you about £45. So even if it was just 3 of those, you're still talking about £135 every 10 minutes you shoot. And when you're working in that sort of ratio, you really are very careful about what you shoot. You really have to think a little bit more about what you're going to shoot. Where with video nowadays, you can just roll. A tape is a few dollars or a couple of quid, and you can just roll. And so when I went into editing with about 60 hours worth of footage. Friends that are going into editing now, it's not uncommon for them to go into 200, 300, 400 hours to try and bring down to an hour and a half. So with that in mind, I didn't start off with a massive amount compared to what is quite commonplace today. But if I just talk about that 60 hours, so I've got 60 hours worth of film. And out of that 60 hours, probably 20 is crap. It's unusable, too dark, the sound didn't work, the light was shit, I was shit that day. Whatever it was, it just wasn't good footage. I thought it was good, but it was crap. So now we've got 40 hours. And out of that 40 hours, there was probably 2 types of film in there. There was one that was much more of a sort of sit-down interview documentary style, and then there was another one that was much more sort of what you saw in the film, where I'm pushing for certain things or ask certain questions, but I'm letting certain things play out a little bit more in front of me. So there was probably 20 hours of each of those 2 styles of film. So I always sort of think about it like I ended up editing with about 20 hours, and if I pulled a little bit from the other stuff, 20, 25 hours. So not a lot of film to play around with. And so it took a long, long time to find it. I had a very specific structure in my head of what I wanted the film to be like. That doesn't mean that you have the footage to accommodate that structure. And it doesn't mean that you'll be able to see it in the footage itself. I mean, there was a couple of scenes where it was always, the film would open with this one scene. And it was like that for a year. I built the whole film off this scene. It's in the film. It's just a guy, Henry, is cooking cornbread. But it came down through this dark tunnel, and then the opening scene was like a dude cooking cornbread. I thought, wow, look at that. You didn't expect that, right? And that was the way, and then it cut to Ralph playing with his dog or something like that. And that was the way the film always began, for 7 or 8 months. And I just couldn't get it to work. Minute 45 or 50 into the film, but I blamed it on that first scene. So I ripped out it all got ripped out and restructured. But I'm basically juggling this 20 hours to try and make a story that sort of makes sense, that is that's forgiving of your own errors, because I might film you collecting cans, right, one day, and you got to clean shave them, and then it's just like I run out of film, I haven't got the money to film, I got sick, I'm hungry, whatever it is. In the tunnel, I was surviving in the tunnel, so it wasn't like I just would, go eat and, today I'm going to film this. Sometimes you have to worry about getting food. And so the next time I film you picking up your cans, you might have a full beard and change your clothes. It might be a different season. So when I want to cut, let's say I'm having a little section in editing on how do you make money, where there was in the film. I filmed all kinds of stuff, but it was winter when I filmed him, and summer when I filmed him, and spring when I filmed her. And so you just couldn't cut them together. It would have been like snowing, sunny, snowing, sunny. Where you kind of wanted to feel like, so you kick yourself in editing all the time. Editing, you pull your hair out. And it's very, very challenging process. But at the same time, editing is like instant gratification. Because you shot something, magically it came out. In our case, really felt like, holy shit, it actually came out. You're watching it, and then you cut two scenes together, and they work, and it's quite a powerful, instant, holy shit, I've actually got a film here. It gets harder and harder as you work your way through it, and there's a lot of scenes that you hang on to. My favourite scenes that I ever shot never made it to the film. But you have to be quite, ruthless, and it's not about the scene, it's about the film, and I've got all the scenes in my head, you've got the memory of it, so it's what works for the film. Editing was a really difficult process, but it was for me, it's where I learnt the most about myself, funny enough.
Thank you.
I don't know if I've even answered your question.
No, you definitely have. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Is there anybody else? No? I've got another question for you.
No, it's as many as you want. I've got about, I don't know how long you guys have. I've got a babysitter till 11:30 my time, so I'm all right. Hi.
Hello, I'm Caroline. The first thing I wanted to say is I think what you've done is amazing on so many levels. It's fantastic. I've got two questions. One is, was it difficult having an English accent and being English and filming in New York? And the second one is, has it changed your feelings about family? Your own personal feelings about family?
Family, that's an interesting. You know what you want to say? I've been asked probably 1,000 questions. No one's ever asked me that one. So good on you. It's very good.
Me and Polly were talking about it. It's not just my question.
Was it difficult filming in New York with an English accent? No, not at all. I mean, New York is I've now been here since I was 20, and I'm 38. So, you see, the city is made up of everyone. I mean, every type of person and every type of thing, all down the street, and you hear 100 different accents and all different people. And so it's a big, New York's like this massive melting pot of people that nobody's from here, like everybody comes here.
But everyone on the street that were in the film seemed, I don't know, but they seemed New Yorkers.
Spanish, Puerto Rican.
Right.
Yeah, I suppose so. All American, right? So, was it difficult for me? No, not at all. I mean, people, and if you, I tell you, I don't know how good of a filmmaker, I don't know, when, I tell you, I think if I was going to give myself credit for anything in any of it, it would be my ability to go into a group of people and get in. I could put on a suit and go into Wall Street and I'll have a group of friends, and I've always been quite lucky in that I could bounce around from very different groups and walks of life. So I don't know, look, at the same time I was in the tunnel, there was a Dutch guy called Tune Boten, phenomenal war photographer, he was living there too. He had the nicest house in the tunnel, that guy. He had a really cool house, actually. But he was there for 6 months. I think if you're an outsider anywhere, the goal is not to be an outsider, right? It's to be an insider. So if I'm coming down to the tunnel every day, with a nice steak and for setting out my stuff and eating it, and then say, all right, see you later, I'm going to bed, or, that's very different than I'm building myself a house and I'm like, let's go find something to eat.
Yeah.
You've got to, so I don't think where I was from had any bearing on the filming. If anything, it made people a bit more curious.
Yeah.
Like, when did you come here? Why are you here? They all thought I was a little crazy, I think. They all thought I was a cop.
Right.
Because I'm a cop or somebody undercover would do this. And then after that, they thought I was a little bit crazy. And then they just thought
Got
it was
used
me.
to you. Yeah.
And then I'm in, And then, you get to a certain point where, I remember there was the time when I knew I'd done it. I knew I'd gotten where I needed to get to was when I couldn't get a taxi. I wasn't dressed particularly badly that day, wasn't particularly dirty, but a cab wouldn't pick me up.
And you thought, I've made it.
I thought I made it. So I don't know if I don't know if I don't think being English hurt me, but it doesn't hurt you anyway, quite frankly. If you're in New York, you've got an English accent, people like the English.
Yeah.
There's not many places in the world you can go and be English, apart from one or two, where they really don't like you. Everywhere else, you're thought of as more intelligent than you really are, and
Sophisticated.
People work with you. So that was the first one.
Yeah.
Has this made me think about family? That's a really interesting question. So how do I answer that? In the tunnel, I've done two other projects since that project, that it was going into very tight-knit groups of people. Now, I wouldn't say that the guys in the tunnel were as tight-knit as, say, a special forces unit in the military, where everybody would kill for the next guy, or be killed for the next guy. But what bonded everyone in the tunnel was that they're all in this unusual, challenging, but unusual and challenging environment. They're all on the street, which bonds them together. What I loved about the street, more than anything, was there was very little judgment. There was a lot of judgment from a homeless guy looking at a person that's not homeless, or a person that's not homeless looking at a homeless. Tremendous amount of judgment. Amongst homeless, there's very little judgment, because you know everything about a person. So you know if he doesn't wash, you know all of his bad and crazy and funny, and you know the quirks, and he can't get any lower, right? Quite than he is now. So people are very much themselves. They don't amongst each other. They don't do anything to try and impress this guy. You don't have to try. You can really be yourself on the street, which is what I loved about it. You could really be very, very, honest with who you are, and you were accepted. So people might not like you, but you're accepted for who you are, right? You don't have to be anything else. And that creates a bond too. And then within those bonds, people do become very, very close, and they form some sort of family. And nobody on the street had family. If they did, they wouldn't be on the street. Well, I can't say that actually. Henry is an interesting guy. Henry's a guy that was cooking the cornbread. Henry had like 9 kids, all alive, but he wouldn't contact them. He contacted them afterwards, and they came and got him. For me, I grew up 6 brothers and sisters, and I came from a big family. I lived with my dad. Was when I was a kid. I moved out with my dad. I was never a big family person myself. Like, I was never the one that always wanted the big family dinners and always wanted, you know. But I found myself, I never really had that, or the option of having that growing up. But I guess I found myself, not consciously, but drawn to like a little bit outside cultures, or, you know, counterculture type of stuff, but where there are these groups. So, and now I have a family, right? I've got a daughter. I never ever thought I'd have a kid, you know, I'd have a kid. And so, and I'm finding myself becoming much more family orientated, even if I tell people I'm not. I do, you know, I am. So, I don't think I don't think at the time I was thinking about it. I was 21 years old, young, when I first went into the tunnel.
Were they concerned about you, your family, and were you concerned about them being concerned about you?
No, not really. I mean, I've always done. I moved out of the house when I was 15. I moved country when I was 16.
Right.
I was gone. You know, like I was that. My dad, you know, when I was 12, I ran away. You know, I was that kid. I was never. So my dad was always like, "You're always, you know, you're always different. You're always like, you know," and so. No, and they didn't really know.
And Polly's just said that, like, your last credit on your film is Dad.
Yeah, Dad. My man's the boss. He really is. If I could be a tenth of what he is, and how he raised me. You know, he raised me, my dad, with a massive amount of freedom. Not from a lack of caring, really. It was from. He used to say to me like 3 things all the time. As long as you're careful. I trust you, and I love you. Like, he'd say 3 things all the time. So, like, I remember I got caught when I was like 12 smoking a joint, and he'd be like, some guy in the neighbourhood sort of like saw me with my friends. I was a little kid, and he told my dad, right? Strike against that guy, you know. But anyway, he told my dad. So I remember coming home and my dad's like, "You've been smoking those joints, haven't you?" And I never liked him. I was always like, I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "There's no need to lie." I said, I just said, "Yeah." He goes, "Look, I'm not going to tell you not to do it, because I know you're going to go and do it. As long as you're careful, I trust you. And I love you. So be careful." And he'd say that with everything, like anything I did. So I never had a curfew as a kid. I remember 13, 14 years old, I'd go on a Friday, stay at friends. I wouldn't have to call, I'd just come in on a Sunday. He'd just say, "All right, good night, want some orange juice?" It really allowed me to, he allowed me to fool a lot.
Yeah.
And like make all kinds of mistakes, which I don't know if I'd let my daughter do the same, you know?
Yeah.
But my dad did. And it was always there for me. If I ever needed anything, wanted to talk to him, or if I needed anything, he was always there. He just allowed me to learn my own lessons and fail a lot. So it made me unafraid to try.
Yeah.
And then, you know, he'd always teach me just to get back up. And so, but when I went into the tunnel, he never knew. He knew I was doing this thing. I said, "I'm going into this tunnel. I'm probably not going to talk to you for, you know, I don't know. I'll call you when I can call you." I think I was calling about once a year. Once every 2 years at the time. And then when the film finished, it was getting released. He had moved to America at this point. Now he's back in England. But he had moved to America, and he moved to quite a nice neighbourhood. He got all these friends. And his son got a film that was coming out in the movie theatre. And so he invited all of his friends. And they had no idea what they were about to watch. You know, they thought they were going to something like an action film or something. And he couldn't believe it. And then he called me up afterwards, he was quite upset. Not upset with me, just upset that I'd like done that, knew that I'd gone through a hard time, never asked for help. You know, I never called him up and said, "You know, I'm fucked. Can you send me something?" It was, and so, yeah. I mean, you know, look, I was young, and I think I was gravitating towards these type of communities or families, and especially since that time, I went away with the military for about 3 years, and that was very, like, more tight-knit than the tunnel. You know, different, I suppose, but I've always gravitated towards that, but I never think about it at the time. I'm a guy that's like, I was having a beer in the pub, and the next thing you know, I fucking ended up, and it's like 2 years later, and I ended up with something like that. That's sort of how it always happens to me. I don't even think about it, I'm just like in it, and then I'm out the other side of it. So the family stuff, I don't think I thought about it, but I probably subconsciously I'm trying to resolve or, I don't know. It would be interesting to see what I do next now I've got with a daughter, you know?
Yeah. Thank you. I think it's great that you go and make a film and you haven't made a film before. Fantastic.
Thank you. It's not that difficult, quite honestly. You just point the camera at wherever you want to film. Just try and keep your hands steady. I tell you, I'm not belittling the process. It's a long...
You're being shown in a film school, by the way. You're in a film school at the moment. Right now, you're beaming out to a film school.
Oh, good. I say that, you know, I haven't spoken for a long time about it. When I finished the film, I never made any money. The film never made any money. It did critically fantastic, but I was still, you know, broke. And so the way that I made a little bit of money was to speak. You know, go and speak everywhere. A lot of colleges, film schools, stuff like that. And I would get into the film school. First thing I say is, you really don't, you know, need to be. You should take that. The teacher would always be like. I think I've got very good friends that are making, you know, big movies, and they went to film school and they think it was fantastic. I've got exactly the same on the other side. Didn't go to film school. It's a different type of mistake that you make. With going to film school, I think, and I didn't go, so I'm going to guess, but you have a much better technical understanding of what you're doing. You know where the on button is on the camera, right? Where if you don't go to film school, you may not know where that on button is. Nobody told you, so you've got to figure out where the on button is. And like, that will translate into every aspect of making a film. What I sort of hope is that even if you're in film school, that you can still keep the idea in your head that if you have a wall in front of you, you know, there's a million ways to get around that wall. A lot of students that I talk to out of film school that are doing films are like, man, I didn't have this, so I couldn't do that. Like, if you don't have the whole crew that you need to do everything, you can't do the film. Or if you want to do a moving shot and you don't have the money for a dolly, well, you just can't do it. But you can get a wheelchair, you can get skateboard, you can get, you know, grandma to push. There's a million ways. You can build it out of a shopping cart and stick it on an abandoned railway track. Right? I mean, you could do, and there's really nothing that should stop you doing anything, right? You're only limited by yourself. So, I don't know. I think making a film is 99.9% confidence, and you'll learn the skills just by doing it.
Yeah.
Again, I don't mean to talk through the process, but I found, like, I didn't think what I did was anything. I just pointed. You know what I did? I made friends. It might be very, very different in a feature film, which it seems to be than it is in documentary. Documentary, as long as you make friends with the people that you're filming, you will get everything that you are looking for. You'll get honesty. You know, how you choose to put it together and what you choose to do with it is, you'll get a certain honesty that you won't get if you are not friends with the person.
Yeah.
And the only way to get friends is to put in time. So for all you documentary filmmakers out there, you just got to put in the time. And then it's like, every film that's great I've ever seen, they just put in the time. So, I don't know if I answered it.
Yeah, you did.
I haven't answered one question that anyone's asked today.
No, you answered. Thank you very much.
Does anybody else?
Two films.
You got a question? Yeah, I've got somebody else for a question.
Okay. If they don't want to look up, you can yell it. They can yell it out.
Oh no, I'm gonna keep you and put you edit it together in a little video. So it's better if you come on, so I can hear it on Mac then.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Mary. I would like to know about your characters and how did you choose them? And were there characters that you decided not to put in the end in the film?
Yeah. How did I choose the characters? I didn't really choose them. They were just sort of the people that I was most friendly with. And let's say there was 250 people in the tunnel in the summertime and 100 or so in the winter time. A lot more people tend to come on the street in the summer because it's warmer and it's easier to sleep outside in winter. So a lot more kids come on the street in the summertime than you get in the winter time. They come out from the sea. So out of the core people in the tunnel, those, let's say that 100, I was very, very close to maybe 20. I knew everybody, but like people that I considered my friend, I would hang out with them, I'd eat dinner with them, we'd go do whatever we do. So I probably filmed 20 people. I focused on ones that I was just the most friendly with, who ended up being most comfortable on camera, or sometimes it was linked to a technical aspect of making the film, meaning like finally the footage came out and it was with this guy, so I just kept filming this guy, you know, because everything I filmed on that person wasn't very good. But really it was more the people. I picked the characters by the people I was most friendly with and spending the most amount of time with. And then there was lots of people. There was actually quite a lot more women in the tunnel than I showed. And I filmed a lot. Again, I filmed, 20, a little bit more than that people. But once you start editing, sort of like I mentioned before, I filmed great stuff with this character or with this character, but in that little block of footage that I'm edited together, like the section on the rats, or the section on picking up how you make your money. It just might have been a different season and it cut together with the other stuff. So once you start eliminating enough of those scenes, you end up with like a cool group and you realise who the film is going to be about, whether you want it to or not. There were certain characters that I slipped in there, like the old guy taking a shower at the end. His name was Jose, we called him Viejo, I mean old man in Spanish. I filmed a lot, and he never made it to the film. He never made his film for a few. It was a little bit, couldn't understand what he was saying. He would talk a lot in, he would say, let's say you really like somebody, he'll be like, what would he say? He would be like, he'd say, I like that guy. I'd say, how much you like him? From here to the moon. To the moon. And so he'd be like, shh. Like, he'd put these weird sounds up. Now when you get to know him, you completely understood what the guy was saying. But if you didn't know him, you guys, I'd have to subtitle here, like, shh means I like that guy, or shh means this doesn't taste good, and use all of these fun sounds. So I couldn't use them in a film. I couldn't do it. I mean, I suppose I could. Now thinking about it, I probably could have worked with him, but then I didn't think I could. So I don't know. You pick your guy, who you get the best footage of. Once you pick the type of structure that you can use for everything, and you can see that you can actually make a film with that structure, or that flow, and let those guys fit in, the characters evolve. In this type of filming, if I was making a documentary about history, it wouldn't matter because I know the characters because they're already written. That history is there. So if I was making a feature film, I'm making up my characters. So a documentary that is sort of taking place in a little time, you've got to find it. And you might go down a road, and I did it on many occasions, went down roads for a long way down the road, meaning followed a storyline about a person and they just didn't work. great footage, some of my favourite shit, you know, and it just never made it to the film. They call them like orphan films, where it was fantastic. It's a really great film, or a great scene, or, you know, it was very hard to film and you pulled it off. You know, the lighting was particularly stylish, that shot, all of these things, the reason why you might think, I love the character and then in the scene, but it just doesn't work for film, and quite ruthless, you know, you cut people, and a lot of times these guys would come up with over, it's like they'd be educated on and doing stuff as on everything, and like they see themselves as cool. Some of those with me almost all the time. Had a big part in the film, they didn't even see one shot. So it's just the way it goes. You find it. So I didn't really pick the character. Just
I'm afraid I've got to wrap up.
Thank
Sorry.
you very much. Thank you.
Sorry, I've got to wrap up, Mark, because we've got to get out of the building in like about 20 minutes. So
thank you all so much. It was really,
I'll get everybody in. I just wondered if you could, just talk us through the film a little bit. First, give us a quick brief chat of, say how it was like making it and what it was like being down there and filming.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I started it. It's been where do I start? Where do I even start? Alright, 1994. Long time ago. I was living in New York, and there was a lot of people living on the street in my sort of immediate area where I was, and I made friends with some people, a group of people, just sort of helping them out and learning about what it was like to live on the street. And I met a guy called John Murphy, who was a poet. He had a pretty big heroin problem at the time, but he was a great poet, which is what attracted me to him. And I basically spent about 3 or 4 months with this guy every day, just learning about the street, learning about what it was like to live on the street, how to survive on the street. And John would always talk about the tunnels. He never went in there, but he would always reference them, saying, you know, you should build you wish you could go down there and build a house. Because on the street, you can only ever have like as much as you can carry, or if it rains, you're going to get wet. If you want to see a TV, you know, you're looking in the store window, the kids are a little bit more aggressive to people if they just see them slipping out. And whenever I'd ask John why he didn't go down into the tunnels, he would always say, oh no, you don't want to go down there, you know, like they eat people or fast. But actually, from the time the first person moved out to the last one was about 10 months. And there was about 250 people in the tunnel. You're just seeing a small group of them in the film, but there was quite a lot of people to get out and deal with the, you know, a lot of red tape and a lot of, it was quite a challenge. After that point, they were gone. I got an editing room, so I just rented an office somewhere in New York and was editing day and night. And I used the bathroom in the hallway of the office building, wash up and stuff before everybody would come into work. And that was sort of like my schedule. And I had that for about 6 months, and then I was running out of money. I ran out of money again. And I ran out of money for about a year and a half, at which point I went back on the street. And that was actually the hardest part of the whole thing. Was living in the tunnel, sleeping in a tunnel was actually quite easy. For me, it was a bit like camping in New York. It just happened to be in the city or in the tunnel rather than like in the woods, you know, in the country. Because I didn't ever feel at that point in the tunnel that I didn't have the choice. I always felt I had the choice at that point. You know, I wasn't homeless, you know, I could have got out at any time. I could have called up a mate and said, hey, can I sleep on the couch? Or I could have always got myself out of it. After I lost the editing room and went onto the street, at that point, I didn't have the choice at that point. So that point was like, everything I'd learned, I suppose, for like 2 or 3 years was now going to be tested, because it was like, I was really homeless. Which all of the people in the tunnel that had apartments at that point found hysterical. The fact that now, they were like, look at you now, man. They're like, when you first rolled in here, you were like taxi cabs and sushi, and then you went to walking or taking the subway and eating McDonald's, and now you're like walking and eating in the garbage. You know, look at you now. These are coming up. Yeah, it was an interesting switch, and they ended up helping me quite a lot. So I did a year and a half of basically the film going into some type of storage. The lab let me keep some stuff up there. Me, you know, doing my best to survive, but also keep the film alive, which means trying to raise money, trying to do all this stuff, which is very, very difficult to do. And also saying no to a lot of stuff. Like, I did get offered the money to finish the film, but it was under a lot of restrictions. Like, we have a target audience, and our target audience is between 18 and 35 male, and they like to see this and this. So if you want to put a little bit more of that in, you know, we know you must have it in the footage, and we'll give you this to do it. And I wouldn't take any of it. You know, I didn't want to give up control of the film, and also had a big responsibility to everybody that I filmed. And like, quite frankly, you know, fuck you for sitting behind the desk and trying to tell me what to do, and I just lived 3 years in a tunnel. So I would never take the money. I would never take the money. Never take the money. And this went on for about a year and a half, coming up for 2 years. And then one day I'm on the street and I meet an Australian guy. They'll kill you down there. It's pretty crazy down there. And so he was very afraid of it. But for me, at the time I was 20 turning 21, and I just was fascinated by it. So I just started exploring. Went to pretty much every tunnel I could crawl and go into for about a month. And then I finally found that tunnel that I made the film in, which was an Amtrak tunnel. And I never had any intention to make a film. I never even thought about it. And I just wanted to know what it was like to live in a tunnel in New York and be homeless. And that was really it. You know, I just started going down there every day in this tunnel. Within a few days, or a week or so, ended up moving into the tunnel and building a house. And then I was living full-time in the tunnel. I had an apartment, but I was really just going there every once in a while. At that stage, I was more interested in being in the tunnel. And after about 3 or 4 months of being down there, I realised that the people were nothing like I'd expected them to be like. And being homeless was nothing like I expected it to be like. And I'd also made a lot of friends and wanted to help. And one night we were sitting, I didn't know how I was going to do it, or, you know, I was just sort of going day by day. And then one night we were sitting around a big bonfire laughing about something, and one of the guys goes, "Man, someone should be making a film about this shit." So I said, "Well, why don't we do it?" And we figured we could make the film and sell it, and the money would get everybody out of the tunnel. And that way, and they would be the whole crew, that way they're helping themselves get themselves out of the tunnel. And that's basically what we did. You know, I sold everything in my house and in my apartment, ended up getting rid of the apartment, and then I was already spending all my time in the tunnel and sleeping there every night, so it didn't really bother me not to have it. And I got a lot of credit cards, and in America it's easy to get a lot of credit cards, match them all out as quickly as you want, which I did. And then we just did it, you know, I don't know how to describe it, we just did it. It just didn't seem, you know, hindsight's always, when you're looking back, it's always easier. You can brush over the bad stuff, and it's actually quite hard to remember bad stuff. I find it's easy to laugh about stuff, but it's hard to bring yourself back to some stuff that's emotionally more difficult. But it doesn't seem like, now I look back, I was like, it actually was like I loved it. I mean, I had a really great time. It was a great experience. I'm still in contact with everybody that's alive. I'm in contact with, and they're all doing fantastic. Not everyone, but 90% of them are doing great. I hope I answered your question.
You've answered it. You've answered about 3 extra ones that I had for you as well. I'm going to say what you did with the film after you'd made it. So how did you get it out there?
Well, you're making a film. I mean, this one, once I finished shooting it, I started editing. So I'm living in a tunnel. The tunnel is shut down. We move everybody out, or everybody moves out into apartments. And that process took about 10 months, which doesn't look like it in the film. It looks very